Welcome guys, Irvin Chauke, perfomance coach, author of a book called Success Psychological. In this video, just want on a brief note or on a very short point, discuss who I am, because most people ask a lot of questions. Ivan, where are you, where are you coming from, and what are you doing? And in this video, it's so much fascinating because one of the things that I will share the thing that I am not. Because you see, most people that approach me and I say, Ivan, aren't you not a motivational speaker? I said, no, I'm not a motivational speaker. And most people, they've got those two questions. I mean, if I'm a motivational speaker, and where am I coming from? And with the time that I have, I will try to integrate those points together, or to bring those thoughts together. Let me start about where I am and where I'm coming from. My name is Irvin Chauke, as I've said, and I'm coming from Limpopo, in a small village or small community called Dumela. I was raised there. I stayed there with my parent, and some can say, but why your parent and not your parents? Okay, I lost my dad at the age of 9, and it was 2004, if I still remember very well. And from there, I was raised by my mom. She raised me from that time, and something that's much more fascinating. I always tell people, say, you know, it's so much amazing what God can do, because I mean, I was raised by my mom. At that time, she was unemployed, and I was able to reach where I am today by the grace of God, without having like a father to take care of me. And so, in other words, I wrote Success Psychological, or started the thought of Success Psychological while my mom was employed, or maybe I was raised by my mom while she was unemployed, and I got to where I am today, and she's still unemployed, and so much fascinating and astounding that I managed to write a book. And so let me just go a bit of a background. Where am I coming from? So I'm coming from Limpopo, as I've said, in a small village called Dumela. I was raised there, and I went to primary school, of course, there in a primary school called Mula Mula Primary School, and then I went to a high school called Dumela Jimingwan High School. Then that's where I did my matric, and something so much fascinating that happened to me when I was doing my studies in the high school. Is just I got promoted, and I just want to thank God for that, because I mean, I didn't see myself worthy of that, and just so much astounding what God can do. I mean, I recall myself, I would say, God, I mean, I'm just coming from poor area, poor background, and why is it this happening to me? And I'm just so much fascinated about that. And I came to the university, and where I'm currently doing my final year in electronics or telecommunications, and so that's where everything starts here. And apart from telecommunicating, people ask me, what am I doing? What's something else which you're doing? And of course, there's a lot of things that I'm doing by the grace of God, and I just want to thank God for that. What I'm doing, I'm a big performance coach. I'm not a motivational speaker. I'm not the kind of guy who's gonna come to you and say, you know what, let's just assume that there's no weed in your garden, and let's just go to the garden and assume and shout that there's no weed, there's no weed, there's no weed, there's no weed. No, I'm very much interested in the why. I'm so much interested in your purpose. I'm just so much interested about the emotions and the passion that drive people behind the background. So which means, if you're not getting the results in your life, if you're not living the life which God has called you to live, what are some of the emotions and the reason that are making you to do what you're doing? What are you doing what you're doing? That's my interest. From school, I heard the same thing. Why are we doing this, and why are we not supposed to do this, and is there a better way to do the same thing? And that's my primary purpose. And this why this is so much fascinating and interesting. So most people, they are selling their product, but they're not selling the pebbles. And the problem is that there's a time in life where you run out of product, or you don't know what to do with the product. But you see, if you're selling your pebbles, you never run out of the pebbles, because that's the reason why you came. And that's my reason. I mean, I'm so much excited by this, because most people, they came to me and they say they want help from me, and I'm mentoring a couple of people. And but apart from this, I just felt in my heart that, you see, that's the responsibility that I have. And there's a lot of things that I'm doing. I'm a COO, or Chief or Operational Officer of the company called Masingi Electronic Mechanical Company. It was founded by a guy called Jacob Masingi. It's based in Pumalanga. It's doing electrical motors and installation. But basically, we're working on renewable energy, because you see, that's the future. That's the key. That's what is happening now. Because I mean, South Africa, you can see it for yourself that the biggest company which we were trusted, or we put our trust on to, that it will supply energy for us, which was Eskom. It just ran out like down the drain, and we don't understand what happened. And that's what we're trying to do. So that's what I'm doing basically. I'm an author, I'm a peak performance coach, I'm a mentor, I'm a facilitator. But what's so much passionate about me is seeing the word of God, because you see, it's something that always keep me boiling and something that will keep me excited every day when I do something. So I think by now you understand basically the idea. You have the idea who am I and where am I coming from and why I'm not a motivational speaker and why I'm a peak performance coach, because I'm interested in the result, not in what you say. Because you see, here's what I've learned. I've said this. I had the opportunity to have a radio interview in one of the power radio stations, China FM, where I'm doing my final year in telecommunications. And they asked me, Irvin, why is that makes your book so different from the rest of the books? And this one point that I want to take you to give you, which is very much profound for me, and that differentiates me from the rest of people. You see, I like teaching before I can inspire people, and that's something that I require from you when you read my book. And the same that I said, here's the example. If you have a fool, and then now you motivate that fool, what do you have? You have a motivated fool. So it's very much effective and efficient to just first teach someone something before you can be able to tell them what they should do or inspire them to do something. And you see, you must be able also to differentiate your content. What is this aim of this content aim to do? You see, example, you see, this interview that I'm having now, or this video that I have now, it's made to inform you about who I am and what I do. And that's very much important and very fundamental when you're doing something. But I don't want to go there. My key responsibility for this video was just to get to have the concept of where am I coming from and what am I actually doing. So thank you very much.